Hi students, today's lecture we are going to learn the properties of Fourier sine and cosine transform and the convolution theorem of Fourier transform. So first we move to the properties of Fourier sine and cosine transform, and it says that suppose fs f of x equal to fs omega and fc fx equal to fc omega are the Fourier sine and cosine transform of f of x. That is, the Fourier transform of sine is fs omega and Fourier cosine transform of fx is fc omega. The first property says that is called change of scale. It says that fs f of x equal to 1 by a fs omega by a. That is, change of scale to, that is, changing scale x to ax is obtained by, corresponding Fourier sine transform is obtained by, first find the Fourier sine transform of f of x, and that will be f of fs omega, and in that answer replace omega by a. So answer is 1 by a fs omega by a. Similarly, fc f of x is 1 by a fc omega by a. That is, first find Fourier cosine transform of f of x, and in that answer replace omega by a and multiply with the term 1 by a. That is change of scale. And second property is multiplication by x. That is, it says that Fourier sine transform of x into f of x is minus d by d omega of Fourier cosine fc of omega. That is, to find a Fourier sine transform of a function multiplied by x is obtained by taking derivative of the Fourier cosine transform of the function and multiply the answer by minus 1. That is, if the question is to find the Fourier sine transform of a function into x, first we have to find the Fourier cosine transform of this function, then take derivative of that function and multiply the answer by minus sign. Now Fourier cosine of x into f of x equal to d by d omega of fs omega. That is, if the question is to find the Fourier cosine transform x into a given function, so first we have to find the Fourier sine transform of f of x and take the derivative of the answer with respect to omega. These two are very important properties, that is multiplication by x. That is, to find the Fourier sine transform of multiplication by x, we have to find the Fourier cosine transform, and to find the multiplication by x Fourier cosine transform, we have to find the Fourier sine transform. Now third property is multiplication by cos ax and sin ax. That is, fs f of x cos ax equal to half of x fs omega plus a fx omega minus a. That is, when function is multiplied by cos term and we have to find the Fourier sine transform, then first find the Fourier transform of the function f of x, and in that answer replace omega by omega plus a here and omega by omega minus a here, then add and take the average value. And Fourier sine transform of f of x sin ax is, that is, if we want to find the Fourier sine of a given function together with sine term, first we have to find the Fourier sine transform of Fourier cosine transform of this function, then replace here omega by omega minus a and here omega by omega plus a, subtract the term and divide by 2. So if the question is to find Fourier sine transform together with the function with the sine, then we have to find a corresponding cosine transform and we have to replace the omega to omega minus a and omega plus a. Next one, fc f of x cos x equal to, that is, if we want to find the Fourier cosine transform of function with the cos term, then it is given by first find the Fourier cosine transform of f of x, then replace in the answer omega by omega plus a here, then omega by omega minus a here, then take the average. That is, in cosine, if we have to find the Fourier of a function together with the cosine term, we have to find the same trigonometric transform. That is, if it is cosine, then find the cosine. If it is sine, find the sine. Now fc f of x sin x will be given by, since we are multiplying the function with sine term, as in the above case, we have to find the opposite, that is Fourier sine of the function, then replace omega by omega plus a here and replace omega by omega minus a here, subtract the term and divide it by 2. So here we can say that when we multiply the function with the cos term, we are finding the same transform function, but we multiplying the function with the sine term, we have to find the opposite transform function. That is, if it is sine, then find cosine term. Next one is cosine and sine transform of derivative. That is, Fourier cosine transform of f dash x equal to omega fs f of x minus root 2 pi 2 by pi f of 0. That is, if the question is to find the Fourier cosine transform of a derivative function, first we have to find the Fourier cosine transform of the function, then multiply with omega, then minus root 2 pi 2 by pi into find the function at the point f of 0. Similarly, fs f dash x, that is Fourier sine transform of a derivative function, is given by minus omega fc f of x. That is, find the Fourier cosine. Here also, if it is sine transform derivative is here, we have to find the cosine transform function and multiply with minus omega. So these are the important properties of Fourier sine and cosine transform, that is scale, change of scale, multiplication by x, multiplication by cos ax and sin ax, and derivative of Fourier cosine and sine transform. Now we will do one problem. Given that Fourier cosine transform of e raised to minus x square by 2 is root 2 pi e raised to minus omega square by 2, hence find the Fourier sine transform of x into e raised to minus x square. So here Fourier cosine transform is given. We have to find the Fourier sine transform of x into e raised to minus x square by 2 by the property of Fourier sine of x into f of x. That is minus d by d omega of fc omega. That is, first we have to find the Fourier cosine transform of the function. The function that is here, Fourier sine of x into f of x equal to minus d by d omega of fc f of x. So here function is e raised to minus x square by 2. So here I have to find the Fourier sine transform of this function, Fourier sine transform of x into e raised to minus x square by 2. That is minus d by d omega of fc f of x. Here f of x is this term e raised to minus x square by 2. And given that Fourier cosine of e raised to minus x square by 2 is root 2 pi e raised to minus omega square by 2. Now we can substitute the value here. So it becomes minus d by d omega root 2 pi e raised to minus omega square by 2. Now root 2 pi is a constant, we can take it outside. Now we have to differentiate this term with respect to omega. We know that exponential of a derivative of exponential term is same, that is derivative of e raised to minus omega square by 2 is e raised to minus omega square by 2. Now derivative of this term with respect to omega is minus 2 omega by 2. So 2 will be cancelled and we get the answer root 2 pi omega e raised to minus omega square by 2. This question can be asked in university for 3 marks question, that is given Fourier cosine transform, from that we can find the Fourier sine transform. So there is only one problem regarding the Fourier properties of Fourier sine and cosine transform. Now we move to the second section, that is convolution. The convolution is we already learned in Laplace transform. The definition, that is f star g, f of u minus f of g of t minus u. It is studied in Laplace transform. Here also we define what is a convolution in Fourier transform. So let f of x and g of x be two functions defined on the interval minus infinity to infinity. Convolution of this function denoted by f star g and is denoted by f star g is equal to minus integral infinity to plus infinity f of u g of x minus u du. So if two functions f of x and g of x are defined on the open interval minus infinity to infinity, that is it's defined in the whole interval, then the convolution of these two functions is denoted by notation is same as of Laplace transform, that is f star g, and is defined as f star g is equal to, it is integral minus infinity to plus infinity. First replace the x term by u, then in the second function replace x by x minus u du. So its definition is f star g is equal to integral minus infinity to infinity f of u g of x minus u du. Now we will define what is the convolution theorem of Fourier transform. So convolution theorem of Fourier transform. Let f of x and g of x be two functions defined in the interval minus infinity to infinity, having Fourier transform f of omega and g of omega. Then the Fourier transform of convolution of f of x and g of x is the product of Fourier transform of individual functions. That is f of f star g is equal to root 2 pi into f of omega g of omega. F of omega means Fourier transform of f of x and g of omega means Fourier transform of g of x. That is, if we have given two functions f of x and g of x that will be defined in the interval minus infinity to infinity and having a Fourier transform, that is Fourier transform of f of x be f of omega and Fourier transform of g of x be g of omega, then the convolution theorem says that the Fourier transform of convolution of function, that is Fourier transform of f star g, convolution of the function means f star g is given by the product of the corresponding Fourier transform into root 2 pi. That is root 2 pi into Fourier transform of f of x into Fourier transform of g of x. So whenever a question asks to find the convolution of Fourier transform of a convolution of two functions, first we have to find the Fourier transform of that two functions separately, then multiply the answer with the root 2 pi. The theorem, that statement will be a question in the model question paper. So study the statement. What is convolution theorem of Fourier transform? That is, if two functions are defined in minus infinity infinity having Fourier transform capital F of omega and g of omega, then the Fourier transform of convolution of f of x and g of x is the product of Fourier transform of individual functions. So just find Fourier transform of the given function, multiply each with the root 2 pi. So this theorem statement is very much important. That I have already told that this is a question in the model question paper, 3 marks question, that is state convolution theorem for Fourier transform. Now we will do some problems of convolution theorem of Fourier transform. Compute the Fourier transform of convolution of the function f of x equal to e raised to minus x square equal to g of x. That is, here two functions f of x and g of x having the same value e raised to minus x square, and we have to compute the Fourier transform of convolution. That is, we have to find f of f star g, and by definition of f of f star g, it is root 2 pi f of omega and g of omega. F of omega means f of x, and g of omega means f of g of x. So f of fx means f of e raised to minus x square and f of e raised to minus x square. So first we have to find these two values, then multiply here in root 2 pi. This problem is already be done in Fourier transform, so I will explain once more how will you find the Fourier transform of e raised to minus x square. So Fourier transform of e raised to minus x square is, by definition, it is f of x into e raised to minus I omega x dx integral minus infinity infinity. If the function is e raised to minus x square, now we can add the power, that become, and taking the minus term outside, it become minus x square plus I omega x. Now we apply the method completing the square. First we have to check whether the coefficient of second degree term is 1. Here it is 1, so we can apply completing square method. And for that we have to take the coefficient of x. Here the coefficient of x is I omega. Take the half term, that is I omega by 2. Then add the square term and subtract the square term. So it becomes x square plus I omega x plus I omega by 2 the whole square minus I omega by 2 the whole square. So this can be expressed as, this is a form a plus b the whole square form. This expansion of x plus I omega by 2 the whole square. And here I square is minus 1, minus this plus 1, then omega square by 4. Now we can separate the exponential term as 2, that is e raised to minus x I by 2 the whole square into e raised to minus omega square by 4. Since we are integrating with respect to x, this term is completely a constant term, so we can take it outside. So it is 1 by root 2 pi e raised to minus omega square by 4 integral minus infinity to infinity e raised to minus x plus I omega by 2 the whole square. Now we can see that we cannot directly integrate this one, so we integrate this one using substitution, and for that we put x plus I omega by 2 is equal to t. Now taking derivative on both sides, derivative of x with respect to that is x is dx, and here it is dt. This time is a constant, so we can take it derivative will be equal to 0. So it becomes 1 by root 2 pi e raised to minus omega square by 4. The limit will be same, since it is minus infinity to plus infinity. When we put x equal to minus infinity, t is minus infinity. When x is infinity, t is infinity. So there is no change in the limit value. It will be same limit, that is minus infinity infinity e raised to, this is t, so e raised to minus t square dt. And now we can say that this is an even function, that is when we change this one by minus term, this is a second degree term, so it's an even power, so this is an even function. So this will be changes to 2 times 0 to infinity raised to minus t square dt. And we have a predefined integral value, that is 0 to infinity raised to minus t square dt is root pi by 2. That is we have learned earlier semester, that is in multiple integral. This is equal to root pi by 2. Now we can substitute the value here. So answer will be 1 by root 2 e raised to minus omega square by 4. So this is f of omega. Here function f of x and g of x are same, so f of omega and g of omega have the same value. So by convolution this will be equal to f of omega g of omega into root 2 pi. So root 2 pi into, first write this term, that is 1 by root 2 e raised to minus omega square by 4. Second function is same, that is 1 by root 2 e raised to minus omega square by 4. So root 2 will be cancelled and we get the answer root pi by 2 e raised to minus omega square by 2. So this is convolution. That is, whenever a convolution question asks, first we have to find the Fourier transform of the function separately. Here the functions are same, so it is necessary, it is only to find the Fourier transform of a single function. Second one can be directly right from the above one. So find the Fourier transform of function separately, then multiply the answer with root 2 pi. Now we move to the next question. Compute the Fourier transform of the convolution of the function f of x is e raised to minus 2x, x greater than 0, 0 is less than 0, and g of x e raised to minus 3x if x greater than or equal to 0, 0 otherwise. So by convolution theorem we can write the theorem. By theorem we can write f of f star g is equal to root 2 pi f of fx into f of g of x. So first we have to find the Fourier transform of the first function. The first function is e raised to minus 2x. And it is only defined for x greater than 0, that is limit will be changed 0 to infinity. So by definition of Fourier transform, this is equal to minus integral minus infinity infinity f of x e raised to minus I omega x dx. Here the function is e raised to minus 2x and the interval changes to 0 to the upper value is infinity. Then function is e raised to minus 2x. Now we can add the power, it become e raised to minus 2x minus I omega x, and we can take this minus x common outside, so it become e raised to minus 2 minus I omega into x. Now take the integral with respect to x, so it become e raised to minus 2 minus I omega x by derivative of this term with respect to x is minus 2 minus I omega. Now apply the upper limit infinity. When we apply the upper limit infinity, it become e raised to minus infinity, and we know that e raised to minus infinity is 0. And when we apply the lower limit, it become e raised 0, and we can take this term outside, that is minus 2 I minus I omega. So when we can take the minus common from here, and there is a minus in the numerator, so it become plus. So answer is 1 by root 2 pi 2 plus I omega. Similarly, we can find the Fourier transform of the second function g of x. That is, g of x is e raised to minus 3x, and it is also defined from 0 to greater than or equal to 0. That is up to 0 to infinity, and function is e raised to minus 3x. So we can substitute the value e raised to minus 3x, e raised to minus I omega x, and it from 0 to infinity. Now we can add the power and we can take the minus x outside, so it become x plus I omega into 3 into minus x. Now take integral with respect to x. Exponential term integral is same, that is e raised to minus 3 plus I omega x. The derivative of this term with respect to x is minus 3 plus I omega with the limit 0 to infinity. When we apply the upper limit infinity, it become e raised to minus infinity is 0 minus e raised 0 is 1, and we can take this term outside. So minus minus plus, answer is 1 by root 2 pi 3 plus I omega. So by the Fourier, by the convolution theorem, f of f star g is equal to root 2 pi f of x into f of g of x. Substituting the value and simplifying, 1 root 2 pi will be cancelled, and we get the answer 1 by root 2 pi 2 plus I omega 3 plus